What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got one question. How are you guys faring against Arch Tempered Arkveld? He's been a pain. He got me the first couple of times when I was solo. I was still kind of learning the moveset, figuring out how everything was working. But me and my buddies, as of a couple days ago, have managed to do it as a group. Did you guys know, as a group, he has somewhere around 240,000 health? It's crazy. Granted, that's a group of 4, and it is scaled differently based on the amount of players. But because of that, mixed with the fact that I got a comment about dual blade builds for this week, a great sword build for this week, and just one that I've been wanting to make anyways, I figured what better time than now to introduce my 10-star quests made easy dual blades build. Okay, so today we are rocking the dual blades, and if you are fighting Arch Tempered Arkveld, you already know you need Dragon Element. You need to pull him out of that Arfeld Unleashed state, which means Dragon. He doesn't actually have a weakness to Dragon, but it's kind of like Gagmazios, where you have to use the element to make the most happen. And you want to make sure you're using Dragon to make sure that that happens, because if he stays in that Unleashed state, there's no lull period, you're in for a long one. So, on my Eternal Cusp dual blade, we are rocking Sergios Tenacity, Razor's Edge 1, and Lord Soul. We are doing this as an attack focused with the obvious reinforcement bonuses, my personal favorite, of Affinity, Attack, and one more attack with Sharpness. Now, the reason we're rocking it like this, we don't want to be weak striking, especially on dual blades. I know it's only a negative 10% affinity that you get, but I feel like it happens more often than not, and anybody that knows exactly what I'm referring to when I say you can have like 95% affinity, and I feel like I still hit that 5% all the time. It's really, really annoying, and it happens just in every game. I don't know why. It feels like it happens way more prevalent than it should. And on dual blades, with as often as we're hitting, we really want to make sure that all of our attacks are doing the most amount of damage possible. On top of that, we're using Sergios Tenacity and Lord Soul. The reason we're using Sergios instead of the normal Gormagala is because Sergios is really, really nice when it comes to Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush is a very, very easily procced skill with dual blades. And that is perfectly timed evades, increase, or just as the monster attack, increase your raw attack. Now, the reason this one is important is because on dual blades and bow specifically, you have additional dodge windows, and not even a dodge window so much, you have an additional dodge. You don't do just a normal roll out of the way. When your weapon is out, you will do a discerning dodge or a perfect dodge, and in doing so, something will happen on those two weapons, okay? On bow, you end up getting stamina back. On dual blades, you end up getting I don't even remember what it's called, but essentially it's a damage boost from hitting a perfect dodge. Meaning, not only are you going to get the benefits of what is innately built into your weapon, but you're also going to get the benefits of Adrenaline Rush, which is great. Sergios Tenacity allows us to activate that twice. Once those 2 times are activated, then it'll go on cooldown. Meaning, if you are sitting there dodging all of his combos, you're going to be able to keep the uptime on it a lot longer. Granted, there will be a cutoff where it's not active, but because of how aggressive he is, at least for me, it was really, really, really easy to have it stay up kept. Okay? Now, as far as the rest of the weapon goes, it's kind of all there is for it. It's a pretty standard Gagmazios. It's just using Sergios instead of Gormagala. As far as the armor goes, this is where the problem lies. I would assume that most people have beaten Arch Tempered Arkveld, and if you guys haven't, this is a perfect chance for me to plug the Discord, where me, my boys, and everybody else in there is willing to help you guys out. So, make sure to check the YouTube description. That way you guys can join the Discord if you're needing help, okay? But we have Arkfolk and Helm Gamma, Arkfolk and Van Brace's Gamma. The reason we're rocking both of these is because Flare is an insanely good skill, but it's not even the best skill that we get. We get Weakness Exploit level 5 with just these 2. Not to mention, because it's Gamma armor, we get Lord Soul. So mixing that with our weapon, we have the 5% damage increase. On top of that, we get Hasten Recovery, which is going to give us a little bit of HP whenever we are attacking a monster. The thing about dual blades is you have to learn aggression management, meaning if you are constantly attacking the monster, you're constantly going to be healing for something. Because of that, it really lends itself to be a full circle kind of way, okay? Next up is we have Guardian Ebony Male Beta, Guardian Ebony Coil Beta. The reason we're rocking both of these is for burst boost. Burst is one of the best skills, especially on dual blades, because of aggression management. You are able to do and keep damage on the monster at all times because of how much mobility you have and how fast you strike. Meaning, burst boost is really lending itself to be an increase in the damage department. Not to mention, it comes with some great slots, and it will naturally give us earplugs and burst, which are super, super helpful, okay? So, as long as those two are transcended, you're golden. Last but not least, we have the Sergios Grease Beta. The reason we're rocking these is because we want the second part of our set bonus, meaning Razor's Edge. This is paired to our weapon, okay? Adrenaline Rush is good. Agitator is there, but we're not building into Agitator. We don't have enough decoration slots for it, but there is a way with other builds and other gear that we can make it happen. For me, at least, I settled on these, as everything else in this build works very, very harmoniously with each other. Last but not least is we have our charm. This is just a standard attack boost 3 charm. Okay? At least in my opinion, the only thing you really need in this charm, rarity 8, attack boost 3. The reason for it is for the decoration management. Decorations, especially against Arkveld, are crucial. Okay? At least in my opinion, the most important one, Steadfast. Steadfast for stun resistance is absolutely vital, okay? If you have stun resistance, you're already like 60% of the way through, okay? The fact that Arfeld with literally one hit can stun you, and he's got the combo strings that he does, means you're gonna get got. The best way to not get got is to not have the ability to get got. So don't get got because you're getting got. Next, Divine Protection. Like I said, because of the combo strings that he has, sometimes you are going to have this proc multiple times for you when you're getting hit. Steadfast is great. The stun resistance is great. The problem is, it's not going to prevent you from carding. It's just going to prevent you from getting stunned, which is going to help you make more mistakes. Divine Protection is going to allow more of those mistakes because Arkveld is a very unforgiving monster. Okay? So, Divine Protection and Steadfast are huge. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. The reason you need a rarity 8 charm is because you want the attack boost and you want all 3 deco slots. All you need is one of those. Hopefully, by this point, you guys have them. And if you guys are fighting Arch Tempered Arkveld anyways, you're looking for another build, you know that you're starting to get the better charms, meaning you should end up eventually getting something that has at least 3 decoration slots or attack boost on it. Ideally, one that has both, okay? Next, we have Refresh and Refresh. This is going to give us 2 levels of Stamina Surge. Stamina Surge is just really, really nice, especially on dual blades. It'll end up boosting your stamina recovery speed by 30%, okay? Last but not least, we have the Counterattack Jewels. These are just for the Adrenaline Rush. The extra 30 raw attack is huge, okay? As far as our weapon decorations go, because we are not building strictly into affinity, we don't have a ton going on for us right here. We just have weakness exploit, which is 30%. That's kind of it. I wanted to make sure that we weren't building into crit boost when we aren't going to get to take full advantage of it. Meaning, we have other skills that are valuable. In this case, we have Dragon Attack, because the extra Dragon element does apply, and even though this isn't an element focused, dual blades do still lend themselves to be very, very good at applying element. We have Razor Sharp to make it a little easier on our stamina management, and we have Critical Element to increase the multiplier when we do have crits, but you can replace Critical Element with kind of whatever you want. This is the flex slide. You don't need to use it if you don't want to. If you wanted to use Critical Eye, if you wanted to use Critical Boost, if you wanted to use pretty much anything in this slot, you could. The only thing is, for me at least, it was either Handicraft, it could have been Mind's Eye, maybe even Mastery. The problem is we're not building into crit, which means you don't get to take full advantage of it. So Critical Element or Handicraft would be the 2 that I would recommend, or even something like Power Prolonger if you're using dual blades, like I am for this build. So in the case of this, we'll go ahead and leave it on Handicraft just because it doesn't really apply, it doesn't really change anything. It's just a little extra on top when it does work. As far as the actual build goes, we're going to go ahead and talk to Luke again. Go to training settings. We'll go ahead and turn off wounds, smash mode, And on top of that, we'll go ahead and we'll just leave the level 1 agitator off, okay? Because this build is built on everything except conditional requirements. So you can see there, Adrenaline Rush just activated and my perfect dodge. We have 366 raw attack, 350 without burst, 384 element, and on top of that, we are doing whopping amounts of damage. You can see here, this is the end of the combo. We hit over 189 on one hit and 154 on another. This build is crazy. The only thing it doesn't have going for it is it doesn't have a ton of stamina management. But we get around that with Stamina Surge. The whole idea behind this build is to make sure that you can stay on the monster, you can stay on Arkveld, as long as humanly possible. He is going to hurt, he is going to suck, and he's going to be a very, very difficult fight. But the other part to it is you can see that I've already lost a little bit of health. We're going to take one more hit just to go ahead and showcase. Now that I have been hit, Divine Blessing is activated. You can see during some of his lull periods, you're going to be able to just do damage. While you were doing that damage, you can see my health just went up. I hadn't even finished an entire Dual Blades combo when my health was able to recover. The more you are able to stay on Arfeld and keep fighting, learning his patterns, learning his movements, learning what comes next, the better off you'll be. Not only does this build excel when it comes to damage, but you also have the great defensive and quality of life skills needed to survive the entire endeavor. Because just like I say in a lot of my videos, this isn't a war between who does the most damage. This isn't a medal about how fast you can kill a monster. No, this is the war of attrition, and for the majority of you that are watching my channel, a lot of you guys want to see this type of build. We're not here to do heroics. We're not here to do speed running. We're here to get the monster down as quickly as possible, but we want to make sure that we're able to do it realistically as well. Not a 5-minute setup. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the end of today's video. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.